Well, hello, guys, and welcome back to Over Foolish. It is time. It is time for us to play another beautiful horror game. It is that time of the year, and we're gonna enjoy it, don't we? Anyway, guys, today we have a special game. It is pretty much highly rated, and it's called Tiny Bunny. It's gonna be an horror game with choices. And it's gonna be dubbed by me, of course. So sit on your sofa, take some water with you, and enjoy the stream. Let's go. Stop the music. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be funny. Many people told me that this is a scary game. It does have a really good ambient, but I do need to put it in full screen, otherwise you're not gonna see it. Give me a second, okay? I didn't open. Oh, well, you're not seeing anything, but the language is in Russian, no, English. Okay, settings. Full screen, please, so you can see it. Give OBS 1 second. It's gonna lag. Okay, we're back. Okay, and now you can see it. I mean, the music's gonna be a really good compartment, so I'm gonna leave it. Skip speed, everything, text, auto red text, volume. Okay, so this is Tiny Bunny, guys, and I think it's gonna be wonderful to play this with you. As usual, I do remind you that we're not gonna do more than 1 hour, otherwise my dubbing is gonna start to be really messy, okay? Also, I do remind you that I just woke up something like 30 minutes ago, and I didn't do anything else than eating something and just starting my stream, so I may be a little bit sleepy, so do forgive me about that. I'm gonna drink my tea. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let me check everything. Okay. The wind clawed at my window all night long. Oops, I went out of the game apparently. Okay. All night long. Okay. Why I cannot click on the? Okay. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gentle, sneering, twined in the air. They were shouting and laughing, and arguing about something. Someone was running through snow while casting long shadow that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had the mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faces the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouette swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of lights and shadows. Just a play. Hey Tails, welcome to my channel. Greetings to you too. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. That is a fox face. Hey, put away your book. How many times I've told you you're not to read at table? It's bad for your health. Look at your slouched you are. Oh, I can hide the book, so I can be interactive with this one, okay. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. Oh, okay. I was stuck on the line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Oila had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials. You're not going anywhere until we finish all of it. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes as I would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. Okay, so he doesn't like the fact that he actually live in the forest. I would love that, but... Hey, Tryan, why are you on Twitch again? Getting ad, indeed. Go to Kick, you don't have ads there. I tell you all the time. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. It looked like a jellyfish from the Cousteau Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how refined the bottom of the ocean is, or how good the black forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with cold glare from air green eyes. What did you just say? I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What is this? What is this carved on the other side of the table? This is Russian, guys. I cannot read it. Karina. Ha, that's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out with something pointed when she was little. She sure was a rascal damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remember her about it? No, she's been in a bit for a bad mood lately. I imagine her being my age sitting under this table. I wonder was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or the sounds coming from the attic? Or the thick forest? Oh. I do like the style and the old drawing thing. It's amazing. It's like charcoal or something like that. I imagined my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed where Oila sleeps nowadays, and saying this her soft, smooth voice, "Taiga is a special place, little girl. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be it." Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody. She never yelled and never swore. Those were the times with the madding screams until late night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Welcome back, Trian. Still, why are you on Twitch? You don't have ads on Kick. Come on, Kick. This is like the 10th time that I told you. I remember listening in one of their conversation by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her owl funeral. She had already brought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet patiently. It was black upholstered, okay? Upholstered with meat, colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandpa's was getting buried. The house didn't change since the time she was alive, only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with grey faces of my ancestor. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. There you are. I crawled out from under the table. All else was done with their cookies, and was looking at my chair like a sly little woodland creature. I turned my gaze toward the forest window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass. That's a kitsune, a fox. Oh yeah, looks, it's a fox. Where? It looked almost like those optical illusion thingies they're put on their back of study notebooks. A mixture of a line at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit and look under a certain angle. Not outside on the window. No, outside on the window. Look here. Here's the nose and here's... hey, hit up! Yes, just a moment. I do have a very... sorty voice today. I'm sorry for that. I'm gonna drink some tea. And eventually performing better. Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up. We don't have much time. Ah, there it is. But it still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you it does. Nah, it does. Stop it. This kid's, I swear. Oh, okay. So he appears like a fox to the girl, but not to the little man. I see. Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared, went away. Only the frosty pattern, similar to scratches out needle leaves, kept creeping up the glass. Oh, they do have that too. My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. I want to have a bird like his when I grow up. Oh, I'm making grow up my bird too. Mom would always asking jokingly, "Come on, shave it off. It stinks." No, you can just use some kind of shampoo to make it, fluffy. This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olia always covered her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point of all of this?" through the wall. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply, "for the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with D. D-I-V-D. I don't even want to finish it. Divided? It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken to the two different families. Yes, it's divided. Anyways, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. You said you believed me just yesterday. Have anybody seen my car's keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Right. Maybe you did, and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of two, and still... Karina, please, stop. Just let me get ready in peace. Your keys are in the basket, along with the phone, so they do complain a lot every day and fight every day. Wow. Well, thank you very much. Love the music, by the way. This is the original music of the game. Anthem, stop making a martyr of yourself and finish eating already. And the owl? There was no owl. But there was one. It had a giant glowing eyes. Olya sprung up for the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes, the size of an apple each, with her fingers. Last year, you had a babai in your closet. A babai? There are specific Russian words that they're gonna use for specific creature and monsters. And of course, I don't know all of them. I just know Baba Yaga, something like that. But for the most, I think they're gonna explain to us or something. And now this owl. But I saw it. Olya shifted her gaze back and forth, from then to mom to me, but couldn't find any support. Have you thought about befriending it? You know, like feeding it with imaginary mice? Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little. Olya pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. My mom gave that a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. They just snorted in reply and left, ringing with their keys he just found. A minute had passed, and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad already had to glue together once. Okay, because the little girl is watching The Little Mermaid too many times. I see. I had that type of experience in the past with Disney movies. It is so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Mom moved into the living room, and I was alone, anxiously stealing glance at the window. Ooh. Olya had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn or curl up into a ball under a blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take our mind off of the troubles we had with the move and our parents. And then Olya said that she saw a giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olya refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owls was just one of their nightmares. After tonight, I was unsure what to make of my sister's word, what to think of myself, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? Just last night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep, and I ended up thinking of what to expect in my new school. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of the new term. My imagination drew along twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures cut out using a template. Circular holes gaping in the middle of their face, and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat black silhouettes. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shivers from head to toe. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down, stop on me with their bloody shoes? Damn school can burn for all I care. I just wished for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that much. I didn't want to see people who are just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up. Think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of a monster. My gaze slid across the drawing hanging on the wall. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olya begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. The small circles of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings. and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine Mum picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You got the wrong number," or "Anton is not around. Anton is not around." I imagine my future classmates lying in their beds just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside the windows. Maybe my new classmate will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we're used to live in, a 9th-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easy, going during the day. His shadow lays dormant in the corners and the closet crowbars and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, with their ashes high, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawing. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think that the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized I was in fact hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of the wind, of the creaking of the house and my thought. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It is not like someone is playing in there amidst the cold snowy night, right? Okay. So can I do anything else? No. What else? Oh, okay. Animation, even. Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, basked in moonlight. Give me a second. Here we go. Bumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. They stood up at times, circling around, holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadow for a brief moment and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadow dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly, the music stopped. The dancing shadow froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with a giant leap. Oh well. It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints, until it was devoured by the pitch-dark shadow of my eyes, which became even darker and thicker. My head was jumping around like the bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and I listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sounds moved to the right. They circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with a blanket as if it could protect me. The shackle of fear locked my muscles. I remembered the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. hands running up and down the legs of the chair that held my grandma's casket. I imagined those little creatures climbing up onto her head and pulling up her eyes with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside her socket, and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. I was chanting the spell she taught me through the whole procedure, and now lying under the blanket and listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. On the island of Bouillon, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stand a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair from the spawn from David's lair, to fear and always leave alone God's faithful servant named Antone. Evil leave this house must, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Bizarre sound has disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hangman. And the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. The sound scratches at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door, clawing at the wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. That had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently, as if he was looking for someone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I hugged my knee, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the midnight of darkness, and then... Ooh. The doorknob twitched slightly. Then it turned halfway once twice, as if the person trying to enter had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more, and then started to click violently. My jaw cramped for fear. My wet finger clutched the blanket. Oh my god, how did it... The door creaked and opened. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the thin drains. Now you'll see. The door was wide open. Darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of a doorway. To me. Creepy. It was as if the night itself was calling me out, flapping its black wings and speaking with rustic hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black holes. To me. My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, "Tony, you're asleep?" Oh? My sister's pale face prodded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed for relief. "Olia, I am not sleeping. Did something happen?" Olia frowned and sticked out her lower lip, a clear sight that she was about to cry. "I just have one question. If the door was locked, how could be Olia open it like that easily? What the hell? Something is amiss." Oh well. He's there again, staring at me. "Shoo her away, Tony, please. I'm so scared." Also, give me a second. I do need to calibrate the model because it's just a little bit... Okay. It's gonna be better now. I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Holian down. "It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one is going to harm you." Olia sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me, but was I sure myself? I have no an idea. Let's go into your room and watch the video Sleeping Beauty, for example. You like that cartoon, don't you? Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have the scary bird? That question took me by surprise. Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thought became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was clinging on the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chant. It could have been satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Tony, you coming? Yes, just a moment. Haha, jump scare. Was a wolf. Oh wow. Really feasting on me. Wow, animation. So that, I was right, that was a nightmare. Because the girl was able to open the door even if it was supposed to be closed. Haha, I knew it. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olian and her howl in the morning. Who could be knocking on our door here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. Hey, Foolish. Hey, Boone. How are you? Welcome. Sorry for the auto mode, but I can read you nonetheless, no worry. If you call me foolish, the auto mode will interpret that as an insult. How are you? How are you? So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging to hide. I'm doing okay, it's alright, Lon. I'm used to it at this point. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. It's the only way for we poor streamers to have a mod and don't pay anybody. Hi, Ocelia. I spy a boon, indeed. In the closet, under the table, behind the curtains where Olia always hides. Tony, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet but still dragging them towards the hallway. A couple of policemen towered over me in doorway. They smelled like Frosty and Worry. My mom always winced and grumbled at the moment she saw patrol cars worse than bandits. At the moment, too, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? Senor Officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy has gone missing yesterday. His name is Vova. Look at this, please. Have you seen it? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Hello, Belle. How are you today? I suppose that Crony's life have ended. Or something like that. There was a ginger boy... Wait. Oh, no, I think Cronus didn't... Okay, Cronus didn't write me this time. Because I have no alerts, so I have to check everything. Yes, it did. I see. We are playing an horror game, so be ready because this one is really scary. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school. Picture it with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hand and wore a wide smile. No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anybody around here. I barely leave the house. Well, that's basically me. He just has an Amazon Chronic Sensei. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window. That's right, your window looks straight at the forest, don't they? The window. No, I haven't seen anything. I see. His voice was tired, but his eyes, his stares long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the straightway, the stairway, and the cracks in the ceilings, which I haven't noticed before for some reason. How do you like your new place? By the way, getting used to it? Bit by bit, it's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? Yes, everything is alright, thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his grey eyes. My head started spinning. Can I help you somehow? I asked that in shaky voice to look like a polite boy, and he ends this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look just like the one of my new nephews, little fella. He's a witty boy around your age, wears the same type of goggles, always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll into police school when his family visits us this summer. Wanted to help the other people just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable, as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home. Steer away from troubles. The times have changed so much. Moms interjected in a cold voice. You don't say. Ah, well then. What grade are you in, Tony boy? 6. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I've been going to school for the first time after the break. And then, I'll leave you my number just in case. Call me if you have any new info. The policemen were gone along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne, and the photo of a smiling boy. Is this about 90s? I don't know really what kind of time it is. We are in a dark forest, living alone, and apparently the children are seeing like shadowy figures dancing in the night. Try to stare at them. That's all we know for the moment. His face still stood before my eyes. I thought about what he felt, being all alone right now there. For some reason, I imagined the forest swaying into the wind. What did his poor parents feel? What would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do, and eventually forget about me? Oh yes, the mother and the father fight every single day for whatever. Mom, this Wowa, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it, poor child. I looked out the window at the road. The police drove off towards the village. The officer's nephew came to mind while I was splitting off all the paint from the window's wheel. I remember all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boy and girls investigate all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people, and after a set of amazing adventure, bam, solved any complicated case. They become a local celebrity and must be made their parents real proud. I love that book series. Do you know it? This is actually I think it's a Russian game. So I think you can, Hey, cronies! Welcome back. Did you have a nice dream? I noticed a trail of policeman footprints that led to the forest, and then I clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find that lost boy, and I'll get my reward. Olias will be so happy. And not only Olia, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about the chorus for a while. Also, the little boy wants to find the missing boy by himself, going alone in the forest, and he thinks that everybody's gonna be proud of this action. So naive. Maybe I even save us from the D word. The D word is divorce. They want to divorce. I fantasized about buying Olia Tamagotchi and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad has lost his job at the time. There is that annoying song about it. Yeah, it's a good boy. He think about his family dearly. Why are you surprised that Sensei he's mean to number you, the Sensei, but over foolish, just as a cool in my opinion, so like there is just as much. Oh, I don't know, share. I appreciate your compliment, Boone, thank you. I had a little to no idea what was the accountant's job like. The accountant money neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had the money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Olia. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out, looking for clues. I'm going outside. Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals or something even worse? Even worse, echoed through the hallway. I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said, or should I repeat myself? You better pack your school bag or go play with Olia. The sounds of splashing water came from the kitchen. I meant that the argument was over. And Mom had the last word, of course, as usually. Okay, guys, we are having choice, and I'm letting you choose whatever you want to do. Do we want to open this door? Do we want to go to the kitchen? Or we want to go to the front yard? It is your choice. The first one who write get to choose whatever to do. I'm gonna wait patiently. To front yard, we are bold. Okay, here we go. Anton, I'll whip you if you make a single step out of the door. I guess the front yard will not take. I don't really know what kind of a game is this. It's so hard for me to tell what about a good choice is. You just choose one. Fuck. Well, not a good choice. Another one, to the kitchen or we open this thing. What are we gonna do, guys? Come on, this is your game. Since we have a community right now, we can do that. We are in 12. What do you want to do? Is it gonna be a good choice? Is it gonna be a bad choice? Is it our little boy is going to have troubles because of your choices or not? We'll see about that. We open these. Are we curious? Do we want to wander and see the secrets of this house? Or do we just want to go to the kitchen to talk with our mother? Open the door. The dark, stuffy closet. Mom says it smells like mice, but how does she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. And Olia can even be lured close to it. She thinks Babai is living there. I think Babai is some kind of a monster that eat mouses. I tried to help her fight her fierce one. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp, so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, that tools and scratched walls. Not the Baba Yaga. It's not the Baba Yaga. It's Babai. I don't know what Babai is. Both choices remain and seems good. The mom seems like she's yell at you, and she's gonna yell at yell at Yas anyway because she's really grumpy. She's fight with Dad every single day, so yes. She's gonna be grumpy nonetheless. We are just a little child, and she's full of like tension. Let's put it that way. She still didn't believe me, and I liked to hide in the closet and listen to Olia count outside. 1, 2, 3. Better hide from me. I didn't save, by the way. And I like it to hide in the closet and listen to Olia count outside. Okay. Okay, so we saw that there is an axe in here. Good to remember. Turn back. I mean, we can just open the fridge, so... We can turn back, we can open the fridge. What the hell is that? Grandma kept in eyes for me and Olia there. Ice cream, sorry. Grandma kept the ice cream for me and Olia there, but now I can only see meat bits for soup and crumpled together pelmeni, whatever is that. I grew to have them ready. Okay, so I think we're gonna make choices like in... Also, what is this? There is like an eye here. Oh, I can see things, okay. The decrepit and stain-covered calendar was once my favorite from the entertainment in Grandma's house. I remember walking up and running to the kitchen so I could tear off yesterday's leaves first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in the taiga forest without my help. One day closer to New Year's, one day closer to Grandma's funeral. This is so weird to see all the familiar things in the game. Yeah, indeed. It is a Russian game. I have touched this calendar for 4 years now, since the time they started writing dark and What the fuck happened? What is this? Oh, I think the game what? Is this game can even crash? It's an... Oh no, I didn't save. Please tell me there is another save. What? Oh my god. There was an error. There was an error. I never saw an error in a graphic novel. Please tell me you have autosave. Oh my... I didn't save, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I didn't save. Okay. We're gonna skip everything very quickly. No! I did know I wouldn't save. Oh my god. Gonna skip everything. Can I mean... Yeah, I can just skip like this very quickly. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, thank you. All the bad things you're gonna see now is gonna be nightmares, okay? No, not real things. Thanks God we have the fast skip. Okay, we have to do it. We have to do it. Okay. Okay, okay, now we're gonna save. Save! What the hell? This game can actually crash? Okay, did it? Okay. I had nothing to do with this time. Lol. We're gonna check the same things, just to be sure. Okay. Sadly, the spooky description from my childhood was still there. 7 horses carried the log. If 7 can carry, bring the height from a ferry. Then we'll take it away and never come back. This is the fate that the log cannot escape. I crumpled the grey leaf and threw it to the west bin, hoping to get rid of the anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on blotting paper. That's where the real horror of the game is apparently. Yeah, to restart everything. My worst nightmare. I do hate to repeat things we told myself. For me in this world, things have to be done one time. And if you fail, you fail. If you win, you win. But I don't want to redo that because that is hell. The real hell for me is not flames. Guys, it's not this. The real hell for me is just to repeat things over and over. Okay, so I suppose I've checked everything here, right? Oh, this shows you. Okay. Hammercom of Russia has declared a state of emergency due to adverse weathering condition. Actually, I know I cannot do the other voice. Okay. According to the weather of forecast, a cyclone is moving toward the region. Expect a heavy snowfall, blizzard, and snow drift on the car. Keep your eyes open and take care of yourself. Okay, good to know. So this shows you what you can actually see. The side of an old ocean, it must be the brand. Ocean freezer was checked with this, with my childish drawing, mom's recipe, and all kinds of stickers from bubble gum with the dinosaurs that Olias liked so much. Amongst that still life picture hung a piece of ruled paper with the phone number of the police officer who visited us. Such is life indeed. First Lieutenant Tikhonov. I read inside my mind looking at the officer's sprawling handwriting. The scrap of paper was held by two pieces of a broken magnet from some of old Soviet toy, and those pieces was just barely covered up the numbers, as if to taunt me. I leaned towards it to unveil the mystery and take the pieces to a safer place where it would wait for its time, when I would finally find Wova or to be the first to call the police with the happy news. Anton! Mom's reproachful eyes stared at me. What do you need for? Hands off, you lose it. Or I lose it. Anger my mom was the last thing I once saw. I lowered my hands. Okay. And we have the newspaper. I took a peek at Mom's crossword. She wouldn't get very angry when someone gave her advice, so me and Dad faked know the answer and be about to reveal it all the time. BRB. I smiled at the fleeting thoughts. Vertical 9 letters, the name of the Philistine deity that protected them from a viper bites, and had a nickname, the Lord of Flies. There is actually a movie, right? Second letter is E. Well, I cannot die. I cannot do it, so... Let me check what I actually... Oh. This cross has been so many people... has seen so many people come and go in the house. It was black, as if it absorbed all human sins from the long hair. It was hanging under the ceilings. Beelzebub, the Lord of Flight, Beelzebub indeed. But there is also like a movie that is called The Lord of Flies or something like that, if I do remember well. After Grandma died, Mom was going to take it off and hang us a horseshoe in its place as a lucky charm, but she cut herself with the cross sharp-cornered and almost fell from the stepladder. Never touched the cross, I suppose. That called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. Okay. Mom's packed up a family relic. My mom's played with it when she was little, and she gifted it to me. Olias was next in the succession line. The toy belonged to her now. She started at the dancing spindle as if it could show her sometime, a fairy tale or maybe even our future. Now even my little sister was a bit too old for the old squeaky pack top. My parents prohibited me from making long-distance calls, But from the time to time, I really want to hear my old friends. Sometimes I would just pick up the phone, listen to the low hum of the zoomer and the distant crackling, imagine the wind howling in the high Slaughter corn. Is there any of you, actually, that could remember what this phone sound does? Because it's a very... now it's a boomer thing. Okay, so perhaps I can open this. No, it's just closed this way all the time. So I cannot go to the foyer. What is this, by the way? Going back? Backlog. Oh, it's a backlog. I see. Okay, it's just to read stuff. And what is this? Save load setting menu, continue, okay. And the info? Babai is a... oh my god, this is all the definition of... The Babai is a Slavic folklore of nocturnal spirit. It used to be parents to threaten there. I'll be having cheers. So it's like the boogeyman, basically. Is a Soviet and Russian off-road freight passenger car brand which was product of the Ulyanovsk car factory. Black Kitty is a series of contemporary Russian origin and translated than mystery books. Accountants, a song by all-female solid pop, a band the name of Combinations, okay, that was widely popular in the early 90s. So, you had right, it's a 90s song, yeah. Pelmeni Russian variety of dumplings made by an unveiled dough filled with mincemeat. Once may ever call it Russian fast food. Okay, good to know. But now I don't know what I have to do. Because we just checked everything, right? It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Mom, something is wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. Ah, you're killing me here. Have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? Oh, it's the game with the gun, with the ducks. What was that? Duck hunt? I was too little to remember 90s, but I know the vibe. I see. Told you the kinescope will go dim because of your console. Where will we find TV ignition in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings. Please go see for yourself. I wonder if something like Amazon could even work in places like that. It's Duck Hunt, okay. Strange. It worked fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it. Mom rubbed her hand clean on her apron and went to Olia's room. Okay, so something changed now. But still, there's nothing I can do. Can I just click like random stuff? If Mom's is away, can I go to the front yard now? We can do it. Oh, we are little cheeky boys. Oh my god, we gotta have problems for this. Okay. I opened the front gate and went into the field, carefully so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remembered my nightly fears. The silhouettes I saw were around here. For the one of you who didn't saw the nightmare, because I skipped it, basically he had this nightmare where he watched out of the window and there was like beastly silhouettes dancing in the distance. And he hears some kind of flute, a music with a flute. And then the music stops, all the silhouette stops, and one of the silhouettes reached the house and went in front of his room door, okay? It was supposed to be Holia, her sister, and he just imagined to be a creature scratching at the door and yada yada yada. And Holia said that she was scared he wanted him to come with him to watch some Disney movie, to, to get the scared away. And in that moment, basically, Hori transformed in like a wolfy beast that attacked him, and he just woke up. That was the nightmare. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head, all on its own. In the light of days, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me, and a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent, so silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No grounds, no sky, no parents, no Olia. The times reached its limit. A one-way trip that ended at the forest's spiny stockade. Sometimes silence was much more scary than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around laughing, or spent time together almost like all of this was a previous life. When the kisses with Olia's presence, she always frowned and snored in a funny way. But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scared filled the remaining void. They also lost their grandmas, so perhaps they could have some kind of attention because grandma was taking care about the children before, and then she's gone and they have all this pressure all of a sudden. So that could be the reason why they started to fight so much. It was as a fire broke up, if a fire broke up, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in our previous home. The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground in everything. It's the babushka. Could be. Could be. We know nothing about the presence that are haunting us in the night. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us to the coming menace. I shuddered, chasing away my delusion. It does look like a mix of Harry Potter and the little guy from Home Alone. I don't know, I had this sensation. But Russian in some way. His glasses, indeed. Very old if you see it. I shrugged, chasing away my delusions and looked around. It's so fucking silly, I know. There were only me in this white field and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belt of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in the contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby trees' roots slithered under the snow like fast snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needle froze into the eyes. Ooh. Hello. Come and check me, seems to say. Dry, prickly branches intertwined bring up a comfortable thought about fences. Oops, sorry, my bad. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some objects was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drawing in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looks like a wounded bird among the hanged semi-dark. Should I take to the police? The senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was also always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this Mythen help them find the lost boy? Whoa! I heard a distant shout, looking like it came from the river. Whoa! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Whoa! Resounded closer to me. There was someone standing there behind the trees, hiding. Whoa! Whoa, Potter of. I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, there was something unsettling about that figures that we cannot see at the moment because we just see trees. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground, its blackness. There is no one there, just branches and rots. It's all just my imaginations. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Oh, okay. Okay, I saw you. A shadow slid from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So, it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painful long time. Also, we have to think about something. We had police guys coming to asking for the boy, and I do suppose that they have checked the forest for any hints to find the boy before to actually come to us and asking if we saw it. So I think that these things just appeared in front of us for whatever reason. Maybe to pull us in the forest, you know? Because otherwise, the policeman was supposed to be able to find it, right? So, like in front of you, right? Pretty fishy. You're right, that's us indeed. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket and a sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. Oh, it's not moving anymore. Okay. I looked at the Mythen once more. Oh my fucking god. Guys, now you need to think wisely. Do we run away or do we take the Mythen? Because if we take the Mythen, it could help the police to try to understand something about it and change the story. And if we run away, we could be safer, but still, the story could not change and something bad could happen. So, what are we gonna do now? The choice is yours. I'm gonna drink my tea. I'm a scary cat. I know. But the choice is yours. This is spooky seasons, guys. It is your seasons. You need to take choices. Are you gonna do the right thing? I'm wondering if it will let you come back after you've been better equipped. Better equipped? You mean if the globe is gonna be still there? I don't know. For me personally, if I can give you a suggestion, I think that somebody put the little globe there. So perhaps it could put it again, but in a different situation. Maybe at night. It could be even worse. Or it's just there and the policeman just didn't saw it. It could be completely normal. I mean, we are thinking with a little child mind, so we get easily scared, but perhaps it could be just a glow hanging there and nothing's gonna happen, you know? You know that little children see shadows when they get scary, so perhaps this could be just our imagination. The only thing scary that happened in the game was just a nightmare, so it wasn't real. Hell, take it. Okay, guys, that's your choice. I decided to take the lonely Mythen from the branch. Oh. Woo-wah. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. I think we are dead. I don't even know if we can die in this game. I stepped towards the bristly trees and trying to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled it harder. The branch cracked and the mitten torn off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound, all too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking, and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. It's blood. We should have fun. I mean, it is... Nobody's telling you that that is a bad choice, okay? I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking the pine branches, closing the distance with giant lips. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength, spurring me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from the pack of hungry beasts, rather than a single one. The nostrils sucking and freezing the cold air. They sensed my fears. Two giant wings flapped above my hand. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. The roar was coming from all directions now. From the dripping up raspberry bush. From the twisted pines from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like it was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious, like a quick squad. It was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, and even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow so ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing that it wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was scratching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the holes on my soles, where a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump, and from there ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defenses, from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claws marks. You see? You have claws marks, see? And if a dog was striking the wood with its paw, demanding to be let it so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my heart was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mums had locked the door? Drawing in fears, I pulled up the doorknob and obediently gave the way. Okay, I'm inside my house. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Little bro is making a fuss of a hisses while running. It could be that something is happening, or it could be that he's just imagining all of it. I do remind you that this is a little kid. And when you get scary, you do imagine thing, you do listen thing. If you do remember when you were very much young, guys, I think you could, relate to the little boy. I was like fear of the dark when I was little. So I could relate myself to the little boy because I did imagine things. I see shadows and things that weren't there. So perhaps it's just imagining everything, or perhaps there are real monsters that are hunting us. We do not know. I rolled it into the hallways and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuer ascended the stair. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard to the iron knob, whipping in between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than a blanket. You mean the door? Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad. What exactly did you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in springs, and with the last bit of strength, I had left my body too. So you see, even the smell that he was supposed to smell was disappearing. So perhaps we are just imagining things, but we had blood in our hands, so that is actually real. Ooh, sexy mom, take me to dance. Woohoo! Hello there. Now I know why your husband chose you. Well, hello. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. Also, Mom, why are you dressing like this beautiful inside the house in the middle of the forest? Is there any special event? You know? You wanna make peace with Dad? The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She saw my condition at last, my wet pants plastered with snow. Mom, are you not seeing our hands embodied with pure red blood? You're not seeing that? Where you have been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you two? I got afraid that she... Oh, no! It crashed again! Why does this game crash so much? Oh, we're gonna skip everything. I have to remember to save all the time. Why this game crash? I don't have idea. Oh, we're gonna skip. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna skip really quickly. I know why they put like the quick skip option. This one. There we go. I'm gonna be really quickly now. Can I skip quickly? Thank you. Take it. Well, that was fast. That was actually pretty fast. Okay. Her eyes shine like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can find his cigarettes. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was something chasing me, I thought. I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself also. Save. You never know. Save. Yes. Thank you. Okay. I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion, and looking into the front yard. Oh, you saw my hands, don't you? Her expression changed in an instant, and she covered her mouth with her hands. Look over there at the fence. Oh! My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again, and my pursuers were following me into the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, just like in my nightmares. Mom beckoned me with her fingers, and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fears. Is that dogs? Or is that is dogs, not wolves? I could barely discern some airy silhouettes swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns of the glass. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays. Oh, they're stray dogs, okay. With no name, and our berry remind me of the angry monster that lived on the edge of the forest. Oh boy. Were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. Well, I mean, there are crazy stray dogs that can actually eat you alive. It's not like so... I mean, dogs are not like wolves, that is for sure, but sometimes they get crazy, and I know that because I had experience, okay? So, yeah, it could be risky for a little boy, you know, to be surrounded by stray dogs that live in the forest. They're hungry, you know? They can do whatever. They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they rabid? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as it was her first time seeing them. Dogs can be really scary, yeah, indeed. Can be. I mean, if they're putting on the edge, they're always feral beasts. So, what if they attacked Olia? Mom? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. What the fuck, Mom? It's not like you think about dogs, you know? Mom, look, they're alive! Ha! Huh, what? They're your friends or foe, after all. Make up your mind. You're not a little kid already. I am, Mom. What the fuck? I am a little kid. Mom sicked in annoyance, and felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb. Oh, come on! You're fucking kidding me? Why you... I don't understand why he's crashing so much. Yeah, this is gonna be a comedy. Of me get angry because the game just crashed from nothingness. Just stop it! I cannot save every single 5 seconds. Stop it. Stop it, stop. I just want to play the game. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best to give you, like, the spooky sensation, but he continued to fucking... Okay, nothing happened. Yada 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 yada. Suddenly I felt so bitter and my lower fixed my gaze and the cobweb-ridden corner. Well, some defective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life amongst monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? I think that actually this game was made and then abandoned, because this is an itch.io game. And I think they just have done that and just abandoned the project, because usually they patch this kind of things, but apparently not. This is a very old game, by the way. Methane. Of course! A darkened, sticky methane that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I heard it to present this clue to my mom. Oh my fucking god. If I were a mom, I would be pissed, not much because of all the the blood in your hands, but because of the blood dripping on my fucking floor. Because I have to clean that now. Mom, look at this Wova's mitten. That boy the police was asking about in the morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on the tree. I can show where. This is bad, I know. Imagine if we weren't taking the mitten, you know? The story already changed. Let's call the police, like the officer told us. Mom, look! Ugh! A shadow of doubts slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but their image slipped away. Stop it this moment. Olia will go insane if she hears you. She's already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Either only us can see things, or we're just imagining everything. Let's save. I knew it. At the moment I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from the embarrassment. Come here, my boy, who cried Wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. Your pills? Am I fucking crazy? A golden-colored pear golden? What kind of pills is golden? Reminiscent of a dead wasp fell into my palm. I already took one during the breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and you... That would give in a good whipping for that. Come on, take it. Or you won't be able to sleep at night, and you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication and drink it down with similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Maybe it was mitten. Maybe it wasn't mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters and Holia's howl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawning indifference along with it. A whiskey could be. We could be a schizo kid. And maybe we went living in the wood because we had like big problems in the big city, you know? Like fighting and sort of thing. Anthony, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom, I was just thinking. What about, I wonder? It's just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything all right? You had the same exact expression with the policeman asking you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. He's completely dizzy. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seems like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored, fingerprints appearing on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. Well, you got medications, could be. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Principally Alibaba. Holia was done with watching her favorite Little Mermaid episode and switched to the... What do you mean episode? You mean like a Little Mermaid series and not the movie? I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror. I hate you so much! I hate you so much. I just want to play the game. Come on. Damn you. Why? Guys, creators of the game, can you please patch the game and don't make it fucking crash all the time? Thank you. I don't think they're gonna hear me, but whatever. Damn it. I was trying to be serious here. Okay. Then I went upstairs. This is Michael Jackson, by the way. Just for you to know. And this is a Ninja Turtle. Jafar and Iago voices died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Okay, guys. No, we continue. Fuck it. We continue. Fuck it. But I want to save. Give me a sec. Save all the time. That, you know, the scariness of this game is the fact that you have to save all the time. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the myth in there. We have to do 2 hours, okay? We have done 1 hour and 35. We're gonna reach 2 hours and then I'm gonna get some rest because this game is making me fucking stressed. Oh. This simple action drained the last bit of strength for me. I sat on the bed. And only then I noticed that there was someone behind the curtains. It's fucking Olia, I can see it. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort. And if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corners bent and undulated. The only stable things in the whole room was the figure between the window and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor, just like a seventh of sword. Olia? Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried up lips. Yeah, Olia. It's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was thick layers of darkness, there not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Badum, badum, beat my heart, controlled by medications. The wind sung in the field with a showers of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtains, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They were looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holders when I pulled open the curtains. And of course it was Olia. Of course, what do you think it will be? It was totally Olia. Gotcha! I knew it was you from the beginning. A blindingly bright halo lit up above. Olia said with her setting sun at the back door. I know. I half closed my eyes just in case. Well, you have the sounds too. And we're gonna save. Save all the time. It's because he took his steps. Oh yeah, you could see some nightmares. But I mean, the tabs is actually antipsychotics, I think. I think it is antipsychotic because the mom gave the pills after he saw blood dripping from the glove. So I think it is antipsychotic, and they actually have the contrary effect. They makes you be numb, but don't see actually things. Put you back to reality, you know. A blindingly bright halo lit up above Olia's head, with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. Oh, because of the sun. And the hair, she's blonde after all. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say that she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but that she's not some flashlight, but I brought her to the window one day, and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I missed it a lot? Could be. I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. Guys, if you want to see the live, you can see it from Kick, of course, but I also have a YouTube channel with all the playlist of the game that I played, so you can always watch the game after, you know? Even after it's complete, if you don't want to watch it on live, okay? So I always have the YouTube as some kind of, you know, how do you say? Resource for you to watch the videos. I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. I saw everything. Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tightness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just. Olia ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, I'm subscribing. yeah, you're free to whatever you want, guys. I have Twitch. I have also other social that you can see in the description of the channel. Okay, you can find it on Kick. You can find it on Twitch. You can find it. No, you cannot find it actually on YouTube because I use it just as an archive. But you have something like Kicks with the best, you know, funny things that you can watch. It's up to you, guys. You have everything in buttons with image on it. You stole something and hid it there. Are you a thief? What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from tree a branch. Yep. What if I did steal it after all? No, it was hanging on the tree. Well, no, you didn't steal it. From the forest, from the filtered figures standing behind the black tree. Was that a kid? It could be actually that the shadow he saw was actually the kid that was missing. It could be that. Olia could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. Then show me. Swear that you won't tell anyone, then I'll show you. Olia swore a plotting smile. I swear on Mom's heart. That's actually not good. You don't swear on your parents because they, you know. An oath she heard in one of their movies about the pioneers we watched. Don't say things like that. Olias nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple meat, but some sort of exotic critter. It's usually Mom's lives. I never swear. I swear a lot on God because I don't believe in God. But, and that's the point. You swear in something that cannot die, actually. Otherwise, it's bad omen, you know? Is this someone's mitten? She said it as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it and got lost himself. Now you do understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right? He must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will. The police is going house to house, showing his photo to everybody. Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window. And why are they going to houses and not the forest? Are they scary? I'm pretty sure they're going to the forest too. I'm pretty sure, Collie, they are actually searching in both sides, you know, just to have, you know, Collia? The questions caught me off guard. The police isn't scared of anything, or so you think, my boy. Yeah, right, flashing in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness called and whispered of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss the meeting? Indeed, my friend, how did they? Or did it appear later for me? Oh my fucking god, you tell me the old story. I changed the topic, as if trying to get Olias as far away as possible from the forest thicket. We may get a reward if I go and find this boy myself. A lot of stuff, like in Fields of Wonders. Sounds cool, right? Olia wasn't listening to me. She was piercing through the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her. Look how beautiful she is. This little girl is gonna be such a beautiful woman when she grow up. What if the Howl got him? Nonsense. And Howl won't be able to lift the human. Actually, they can actually blind you. But, okay. But you know what? I was speaking my words with the utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain. Stay away from the forest. I think it's how should I put it? If she's grown up. I don't know. We don't know. Maybe we are imagining things, you know? Maybe nothing's gonna happen. Maybe the boy is just lost, you know? Maybe he had some fight with his parents and went to the forest. Maybe he's alive. There is no blood on the mitten. We just imagine it. It's cursed or something. Just like in a fairy tale? No, not like that. More like in a spooky tape Mom and Did are hiring from us. Olia shivered and stole a glance at the window. I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you? No, it's just I was hurrying back home so Mom won't be worried. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to steal her light. And we save this instant. Because I'm feeling the game is gonna crash again. Okay, back. A gust of wind and a small fire would be gone. You're lucky. Mums won't even let me go outside. I'm like a princess in the tower. Can't go anywhere. PTSD by crashing games. But because in light novels you get so concentrated in the story and you have this page of crashing like all of the sudden that bring you in reality, it's just like PTSD. I'll see Vietnam every single time. I'll die from boredom him. You're wrong. No one has ever died of boredom. Actually, yes, it happened. It is called depression and they killed themselves, but whatever. And you have me to... and me and you cartoons and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon. You know what I would wish for my next birthday? I'd wish for Mom and Dad to turn into children, so we could go and play together like we used to. Yeah, and you all gonna starve it because they not gonna know how to do grocery ever again. You're gonna eat each other, guys. Yeah, and if you'd make them as small as bugs, we could place them into little boxes. God bless the autosave. There is not the autosave in this game. That is the point. I have to save time by time. Olia giggled and tugged at my sleeve. Tony, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sisters. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy. I'm too tired and I don't want to. Come on. It's so boring alone and Mom is always busy. We can pick a cartoon you haven't seen before. I couldn't even remember the times where internet wasn't accessible to everybody. And imagine these little kids like doing nothing but drawing or playing with the little toys that are always the same every single day of their life, just making the time past and watching the same VHS all the time. I had that in my life when I was a children, but I don't remember I survived to the boredness of doing the same things every single day. You miss those times? I don't even remember them. I know all of the hours tapes by heart at this point. Not all of them you haven't watched in Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? And so much happens after that. Let's go. Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know. Let's play the hide and seek. No, Olia. Then draw me a dino. Olia, please. Draw it, draw it. Will you leave me alone already? Blurted. I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken aback. I never screamed at my sister like that. Olia started at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. My chest was slitting with disgust and embarrassment. What happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olias from crying. All right, you win. Let's go watch cartoon for a bit. I don't wanna. I came up to her, put my hands over her soft head. Let's go. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Boo! You fall asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I promise I won't. And I'll draw you a full Triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops. Well, close enough. Triceratops is Triceratops, okay. Olia rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face. So easy, it's a child, it must be something like 5 years. I'll go ask Mom for coordinates, milk and bread, and you rewind the tape. The bread is fresh, just how you like it. Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk. Or you'll be yelled at it again. Wanna bet I won't spill it? The tapes is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it. Olia disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my field into the neighboring room. I'm starting to be... Guys, I think I'm gonna save, because I'm starting to be really tired of reading English. Okay, so we are done 1 hour and 50 minutes. It's fair enough. I usually do just 1 hour, but it was really... I just wanted to read the story because it's really getting my interest. So, guys, as usual, thank you for coming. Thank you for keeping me company. Do consider to follow my social if you want, or even subscribing if you like my content. And for the rest, we see each other tomorrow with another beautiful live. Have a good one, and for what? I laugh at the story. That's okay. Have a good one, guys, and good night.